Man, once again, these spots are just loaded up completely with so many minis. So we're going to have Archerina, and then we're going to have 4 out of these 5 here that we're going to fight. And I think it's going to be 2 Cogs and 2 Tronics, just to even the split between the 2 of them. As far as my hand goes, I have a Cross Chop, a Not Done Yet, and an Armored Blow. As far as the top of Kat's deck goes, it's the Power Disc again. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that from her. We're going to flip another Dancer's Grace. You know, I'm going to draw that as well. And we're going to flip, and it's a Fire Cloud. You play this from the top of your deck, divide the damage between any 2 adjacent cards, and ignore the guard keyword. That needs to stay there. Let's grab one for Trey, Inspiring Presence, beautiful. And we'll grab one for Adam, Avenging Strike. You may spend any number of hit tokens to add an equal number of dice to this attack. I do have 1 already on him, so that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not a bad hand going up against this enemy. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and throw Archerina up here and see what damage she is going to be trying to do to us. First card, Heart Strike. Guard, deal 4 damage to the ranger with the most cards in their hand. Next we have Enchanting Arrow. 1 ranger must discard all attack cards from their hands. If they discard fewer than 2 cards, deal 4 damage to that ranger. So it's just attack cards. Maneuvers and reactions do not count. But I do not like that card, Sam I Am. I do not like it. No ma'am. Next one is another Enchanting Arrow. She's just trying to destroy all of my attacks. And finally, we have another guard, a Heart Strike. So these 2 are blocking these 2, which is going to be really hard to deal with. 1 ranger must discard. So I can choose which one of these, whereas these 2 are specifically targeting the ranger with the most cards in their hand. I'm going to put the 2 Tronics down first. Just want to get them out of the way. First one, Scatter Shot. Fast Guard, which is fine going there. Deal 2 damage each to half of the rangers in this battle. So 2 damage to 2 rangers. And then we have a Cyber Slash. That's going to go here. And of course it's going to guard you. Deal 3 damage unless a ranger discards 1 card from their hand to prevent it. And now we have 2 Cogs. Now remember, we have to beat her and survive this battle in order for everybody to go away. So we got to really determine what's going to work best for us, blocking and getting rid of stuff. Shock Spear, not fun. Disassembly required, passive. While this card is in play, when another Foot Soldier card would be defeated by damage, all hit tokens are removed from that card, and this card is defeated instead. So if a Foot Soldier would be defeated, all those hit tokens and then I guess are moved over here, and then this would then be defeated, and that Foot Soldier would stay. That's annoying. Okay, so this is actually a really cool example here because you don't see this very often. None of Archerina's cards have the fast keyword, but the Cyber Slash and the Scatter Shot do, which means she still takes the first turn. No matter where fast appears in the line, if there is a card with a fast keyword, the Rangers automatically lose their first turn. That is just how that happens. That is all fast does. This still counts as a turn for the Rangers. So basically here and here are the same turn. So after this would activate, the Rangers would just jump down here and then that would begin this run. So they don't lose this turn against Cyber Slash. They only lose the very first turn of the battle sequence. With that said, Heart Strike is going to go, dealing 4 damage to the Ranger with the most cards in their hand. That actually happens to be Adam, which is fine. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to play Power Disc. Now, yes, I'm going to be spending 3 energy. So here we go. 1, 2, and then a 3rd energy from Cat. But I actually have quite a number of things in my hand or whatever that can gain back energy. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Power Disc. We're going to reduce the damage by 3, and then I'm going to deal 3 damage to an enemy card of my choice. I am going to immediately drop 3 damage onto this first Enchanting Arrow. I know I could have defeated one of the Foot Soldiers, but I want to get rid of her cards first. That's most important to me. However, Adam still takes 1 damage, which if we go to his deck and flip it over, we have the Power Hatchets, which is more than fine from there. But that also means he now has 2 hit tokens on his card. So this is gone. Cat has played. I'm actually going to draw from Trey to put another Gold Ranger card in my hand, which is Armored Blow. I'm going to be playing Dancer's Grace first. Gain 1 energy, look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. Then you may immediately play another card. So here are the top 2 cards. You got a Fire Cloud and then the Power Pod Sword. Of course, the Fire Cloud is going to go right on top because that is what I'm going to be playing now. And the energy that I would have gained, I'm spending to play the Fire Cloud. So the way the Fire Cloud works again, if you play this card from your deck, I can divide the damage between any 2 adjacent targets, ignoring the guard keyword, and then choosing the targets for this attack. So I'm going to choose this one and this one. Well, maybe these two. Actually, I'm going to choose this and these two. Maybe I can kill these two immediately, because then all I would need is 4 damage. I mean, it's only 3 dice, but at the very least, if I do 2 damage, this is destroyed. And then another damage could be here. I'm ignoring the guard keyword, remember, because of Fire Cloud. And that is awesome. Man, I really wish I had a Power Pod sword right now to help me out. Ooh, okay. That's beautiful. That's exactly what I was looking for. So I did the 2 damage I needed to destroy the enchanting arrow and 2 damage against the scatter shots. Even if I defeat the boss, all the foot soldiers are gone, but every foot soldier I defeat during battle will add up towards another Zord. Fantastic. Fantastico. So that's gone. This is destroyed. That was a great little combo here. This is also gone, so I can get rid of one of these Tronics. Oh, no. I got a little too happy with getting rid of it. It fell off my table. But by beating this, at least, I was able to gain another hit token here, increasing our set to another Zord, which I only need 2 more. It is possible I might be able to get that 2 Zords this round, but let's just see what we got so far. Oh my god, of course! Zeo Sword 5. Exhaust this card when any ranger discards a card for defense. Gain 1 energy, and that ranger may return the top card of their deck. So I'm going to do that, and then we're just going to go right to the bottom, which is the Power Hatchet, and that's going to go back on top of Adam's deck for defense. And then, of course, we do gain this, and this again goes away. We've used that for this round. These go to the discard pile, and I'm going to draw again for Trey. Lightning Rod. Oh, I can deal with that. And now Kat's new top card is the Power Pod Sword. So I'm going to want to draw that to get that to my hand. But first, this goes. I'm actually going to put this on top so I can see it. And I'm not going to be able to defeat this enchanted arrow. So I'm going to try to go for this Heart Strike just so I don't have to deal with it, because this is going to really suck. Okay, so the way that the enchanted arrow works is 1 ranger must discard all attack cards. Right now, in my hand for Adam, I have 2 attacks and a maneuver card. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play Not Done Yet, which gains a hit token. So we'll just put that here. And then you may immediately play 1 card from... Oh, no, never mind. Retract. I don't have anything in my discard pile. All right, so we're just going to go right for Avenging Strike. You may spend any number of hit tokens to add an equal number of dice to this attack. So we'll go ahead and spend the 2 hit tokens from here to make this a 0-cost 3 dice attack against Heart Strike. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. So I did literally 3 damage to it. I figured as much that this was going to happen, but that's okay. Hopefully, maybe there's another Fire Cloud on in the deck somewhere. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 here. That's discarded. I'm going to draw a card, so I'm going to draw Kat's Power Pod Sword to my hand, which is fantastic to have. And now her new top card is Dancer's Grace. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. I would love... I need another... Here's our other Fire Cloud. All right, Enchanting Arrow goes. So now I'm going to choose Adam to discard his attack cards. He has Cross Chop and Not Done Yet. So Cross Chop goes here. He did do 2, fewer than 2. So he is going to take 4 damage. Without anything to block that, he's going to immediately gain 1 hit token, and then 1, 2, 3, as we knew it was, and then perfect. Put that there. Beautiful. All right, so here we go. We're going to be doing the Lightning Rod attack from Trey. It is a 1 energy cost attack, so I'm going to go ahead and toss that over here. I am then going to go ahead and deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice before I even do the attack, meaning Heart Strike is, boom, smashed with electricity, and this is immediately destroyed like so. So that is awesome. Lightning Rod then also is a 2 dice, 1 guaranteed damage, so he's going to go after this other Heart Strike. Come on, Trey. Come on, Trey. 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage. You did 1 damage. So that does 2 damage to that. All right, I mean, can't win them all. All right, 1, 2. I know I could spend an energy in order to do this ability again, but there's no point to doing that. So I'm going to put that here. I'm going to draw the Dancer's Grace from Kat's deck in order to be able to play it. And the new card on top is Tai Chi Strike. Here we go. Princess Archerina goes. And we have a fun combo that I'm going to be pulling off right here. Let's see if this works out the way I want it to. First card I'm playing, a maneuver, 0 cost, inspiring presence. Gain 1 energy for the king ability. So that automatically happens. Boom, we get another energy into the pool. After you play this card, another ranger of your choice may immediately play 1 card. Cat, Dancer's Grace, gain 1 energy. Immediately back into the pool. I feel a lot better about this. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, then put them back in any order, and you may immediately play another card. So we have Tai Chi Strike, and then the other card up top is, oh my god, it's our other Fire Cloud. That's our, okay. That's great. Oh, it's working out. You may immediately play another card. Okay, put them back in any order. So they're going to go back in this order, and then we're going to immediately play her other Fire Cloud. Oh, and then in addition to that, we're slapping on a Power Pod Sword to it as well. Granted, she can already divide this damage up as I want between 2 targets, but I want to put another dice on that to almost guarantee more things being destroyed. Before I forget, because I know I'm going to, let's just go ahead and just toss those 2 energy in there. Back to 0, but hey, we're gaining it to use it pretty quickly. So my goal is Heart Strike. That is what I'm aiming for. If I hit Heart Strike, then anything else I have extra, I'm going to move on down to Cyber Slash here. So it's 2 damage here, and then 3 damage here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 dice that I'm rolling for this. I might not be able to beat this right away, but at the very least, I should be able to do something. I know I shouldn't have, but I wanted to add that extra dice to this just to make sure I had enough to defeat, hopefully both of them, at the very least one of them. If I defeat both, that would be great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, right there. 1, 2, you're gone. 3, 4, 5, and you're gone, Mr. Tronic. Away you go. So now all I have to worry about is this right here. Oh boy, that was 3 of Cat's cards and 1 of Trey's in that combo to be able to defeat a monster card and a one of the foot soldiers in here. Oh man, that was a fun. If that Fire Cloud wasn't where it was, I mean, if the Fire Cloud wasn't where it was, I would have had the Power Pod Sword, and that still would have worked out well. But it's just that extra dice that the Fire Cloud gave me, and being able to ignore guard, because I wouldn't been able to hit this then. I probably would have went after these 2 with not as great results. Anyhow, gonna put this here. I'm gonna draw from Adam because my hand's getting low now because of everything. And I got another Power Pod Sword. I got Adam's Power Pod Sword, and there are no guard cards here. So whatever I play, I can use the Power Pod Sword in order to give me the dividing ability again. That is fantastic. Oh, and now Kat's new card on top of her deck is Tai Chi Strike. Gain 1 energy for each miss rolled. If you play this card from the top of your deck, add 1 die, eh? Okay. I can't remember. We did this, right? This was our turn, and now we go here. This guy doesn't go. That's kind of my big thing. I'm pretty sure he doesn't go. Pretty sure this went, and now we go again. We're going to go with that. If I'm wrong, there'll be a note somewhere on here, and I'm sure you guys will tell me. But at this point, the way that this looks here, not really concerned. When another foot soldier would be defeated by damage, put all hit. Actually, to tell you the truth, this would have been defeated by damage first. This would have been the first one. All hit tokens are removed from that card, and this card is defeated instead. So this actually would have been destroyed first now that I reread it. So you would have been gone, and this would have been back here, which is fine. Then you also are still alive. So I have a guard here, and then these. That's not bad. I can do 2 damage to 2 rangers. It's fine by me, but I just want to make sure that was correct before moving forward. Now we can go right here. And I'm going to go ahead and just play the card right off the top of Cat's deck, Tai Chi Strike. Gain 1 energy for each miss result during this attack. I am going to use an energy, which is going to be Adam's, because I'm running out of them, unfortunately, to add a dice to this attack. And do I even want to do that? No, I'm taking this Power Pod back. I'm taking Power Pod back. I'm putting the energy back on Adam because I have the guard here. I have to fight this first in order to be able to do anything else. And as much as I want to be able to kill this thing, I would like to just destroy this first, get a Zord, because it still would work out that way, and then I can use my remaining turns to defeat the Enchanting Arrow. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. 2 dice, 2 damage, and Cat has been rolling rocks today. It was actually that one that I missed it. I flipped it over when I went to go pull it closer to you guys, but it still wouldn't matter because it was either there or there. In either event, there you go. Good job. When you guys are right, you're right. Cat is definitely the one to bring into this battle, 100%. And because of that, I was able to get rid of that, do this, and then all of these are now powered up because this would send me to power level 2. And I just need to do 5 damage to that Archerina card between now and the end of the battle. And we get Shkva! There we go. Exhaust this card, gain 1 energy, Zeo Zord 1 by the way, Cat Zord. And allow each ranger to look at the top of their deck. Each ranger may either draw that card or return it to the top of their deck. You know what? Why don't we just activate this right now? Let's just flip it to the side right now. Let's gain an energy, and let's look at everybody's top card. Cat's actually surprisingly running low on things. Disc throw, that's going to stay right there. Thank you. What does Adam have? Adam has not done yet. Gain 1 hit token. You may immediately play 1 card from your discard pile. You know what? I'm going to take this to my hand. And as far as Trey goes, he has Lightning Rod. That's coming right to me. Okay, so Taishi Strike is done. I am not going to draw another card because I have a lot of cards right here that I can use. I have 2 energy to work with, and now this guy goes, and it is our turn once again. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Armored Blow, which is a 2 dice attack. The King ability, Ranger of your choice may draw 1 card, then choose 1 card from their hand and place it on top of their deck. Trey's actually going to do that. He's going to draw the Golden Guard. Move 1 hit token from every card. I'm actually going to leave this on top of his deck. And then we're going to do a 2 dice attack against the Enchanted Arrow, which does 2 damage, as per I would expect that to be. Alright, 1, 2. That goes to this card. I'm not going to draw anything else. This is going to go. I am going to go ahead and play the disc throw from the top of Cat's deck and add a Power Pod sword to it. So now it's a 3 dice attack that I can divide them up, add damage however I want, and then the disc throw is going to go right back on top of my deck. So my goal now is to defeat the Enchanted Arrow and to defeat this cog. Alright, let's see what Cat can do. Again, she's rolling hot, which is amazing right there. So there we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. So I'm going to do this. 1, 2, oh no, you're destroyed, so you don't do nothing. And then 3, 4 damage. So now this only needs 1 more damage in order to be defeated. So with that, we're going to go ahead and put this here. That's good. This goes back to the top of her deck. This goes to the discard pile. And then we're just going to, this goes. So now I have 2 disc throws in order to do 1 damage. Come on now. Throw number 1. As if there was any question behind Cat's ability. As if there was any question.
Now calm yourself, my little love dumpling.
But my love arrow failed you.
Not at all, dearest. Just think. That Louis Kaboom is gone for good.
But the Power Rangers aren't.
They're next. Yes, that's the plan. We'll stomp those Power Rangers into oblivion.
Oh, Gasket, you are so wonderful.
Thank you, my dear.
Guys, I think I'm going to have you all pick my Rangers from here on out because all of you that said Cat, you were right. You were very, 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 very right. Oh, look at that. We cleared the board. We cleared it. Oh, that's amazing. We still had 1 turn left, and I have 4 cards in my hand. Oh, man. Unfortunately, Cat, thank God for the disc throw, but it only has 3 cards in her deck. Adam is pretty low as well. Trey's doing pretty good. But with that all said and done, let's go over to the power board real quickly. We get to add a hit token here. The battle is over, so Cat's going to absorb this, and now she's back to full. And we go to power level 3. Dun, 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 dun. Zeo Zord 3. Exhaust this card to allow 2 different rangers to choose 1 card from the discard pile and place it on top of their deck. Thank you guys again for choosing Cat. This Zord really works for her so much better. Awesome, awesome. I'm probably going to use this soon. Actually, before we even do that, let's move these down and show that we do have another thing here. And I'm going to move to the research lab. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the board, move on over to the research lab. We're going to put this over to the side, and I'm going to see what, kind of determine what I want to do over at the research lab before I go ahead and fight those 4 enemies there. All right, here we go over at the research lab. If I manage to defeat all 3 of these guys, I'm actually going to gain another Zord, which is absolutely fantastic. That's the ultimate goal, but even if I don't, that's okay. I do like showing off the last cards. Well, I like showing off now the last cards that I didn't draw from Archerina's deck. First is Lover's Shot. While this card is in play, each time a ranger deals damage to an enemy card with the fast or guard keyword, they must discard the top card of their deck. So glad I didn't have that down because that's terrible. And then Lover's Barrage. This actually appears also in Prince Gasket's deck. Deal 2 damage to each ranger. Then, if any Prince Gasket or Princess Archerina cards have been defeated or discarded, deal 3 damage to each ranger. That's just for this round. This is something that you would use when you actually are fighting against the 2 of them at the same time, which is a mechanic I didn't do for this one because there's only 3 enemies from, well, there's 4 technically enemies from the Machine Empire. 2 of them are monsters, 2 of them are bosses. I could have taken the one boss and made him a monster, but that's okay. I would like to use him for something else a little bit later or show him off later. Besides, I like the way this works out better. Anywho, we can put these away. And then actually what I'm going to do before I begin the fight is we're going to flip this over and I'm going to recharge. I'm going to do 1 recharge. I'm going to recharge Cat and I'm going to recharge Trey. Cat just has a few cards going back in, but they're all really good for her, especially if Fire Cloud or Tai Chi Strike are on top of her deck. Every single one of Trey's cards are amazing, regardless of shield count, and now he is fully powered up, because this is all that was in his discard pile, which is absolutely fantastic. So he will be ready to go. And with that, why don't we go ahead and flip our last token for the round, get our 2 energy here into the center, and take down these foot soldiers. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and draw some cards. I have 2 not done yet. So I'm not a big fan of that. So I may just use Armored Blow to get better cards for Adam. But what I do want to do is I'm going to look at the top of Cat's deck, which is it's a Fire Cloud. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave the Fire Cloud. I'm actually not gonna draw from Cat. I'm gonna draw 1 from Trey, the Golden Power Staff. We haven't seen that yet. It resolves any king ability. Resolve the king ability from any 1 card in your discard pile. So I have to play stuff in order to be able to do that. I'm going to draw 1 for Adam. Charging Strike. Okay. And then I'm going to draw another 1 for Trey. Inspiring Presence. Okay. So that's good because then I can gain some energy for him. So there we go. That's a lot going on here. And then plus the 1 from my hand on top of Cat's deck. Here's hoping that we either get all guards or no guards. Getting no guards. How silly is that? All right, anyway, here we go. We're going to do the Tronics first. First 2 down on the ground. Come on, come on, come on. Give me something good. Give me something good. Laser Raid. Guard. Drain 1 energy. Deal 2 damage to the ranger with the most cards in their hand. And Cyber Slash. Deal 3 damage unless a ranger discards one card from their hand to prevent it. Both of those I can deal with. And of course, they're fast, so, you know, Cyber Slash is going to go before I get a chance to do anything, which thus gives me 1 less turn to destroy everybody. Here we go. Guard, Tick-Tock Kick. So these 2 are guarding each other, so they don't guard each other. That's good. And the Disassembly required. While this card is in play, when another foot soldier card will be defeated by damage, all hit tokens are removed from that card, and this is defeated instead. So if I defeat any one of these first, this is the first one to be destroyed, and then this stays. That's not fun. Alright, Cyber Slash, here we go. Deal 3 damage unless a ranger discards 1 card from their hand to prevent it. I actually don't need all these not done yet. I'm not going to really need it for anything, so I'm just going to discard that. That's fine, that's done. Let's go ahead to our first turn. Let's go. Inspiring Presence Maneuver. After you play this card, another ranger of your choice may immediately play 1 card, gain 1 energy, which that energy that this king ability is going to do is going to trigger my Fire Cloud. It is a 3 dice attack. Because I played it from the top, I can divide damage between any 2 targets and ignore the guard keyword. I'm actually going to try to go, they're all 3, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll go, we're going to go Tick-Tock Kick and Disassemble required, and then see what I can do about dividing damage between those 2. Just don't whiff on me, Cat, please. All right, so 3 damage. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this 3 damage, because no matter what, it's going to go on to a Disassembled required, because I could do all 3 damage to Tick-Tock Kick, but then Disassembled required kicks in and just absorbs it all and gets destroyed. Something like this, from what I'm reading, if I had a 2-cost card, if I destroyed that, then this would be like reduced down, which is awesome. But it doesn't really matter at this point. At least that's how I interpret the card anyway. you're destroyed. And yeah, so at least that did something good. Okay, Sada, all works, all good. I'm drawing from Adam's deck, and I get a charge strike. Okay, that's cool. Laser Rage, raid 1 energy, deal 2 damage to the ranger with the most cards in hand. So I do, unfortunately, lose an energy from this. And I have an equal amount of cards in my hand for both Adam and Trey. So I'm going to choose Adam. I know he's getting close to the end, but it's only 2 damage. And of course, that's 2 there for that. And he does gain another hit token because of it. So at least I gained that in the end. All right, so the top card of Cat's deck, because I forgot to flip it over, is Tai Chi Attack. Gain 1 energy if you roll any misses. If you played this card from your deck, you can add 1 die to the attack. That's fantastic. But I am going to play Lightning Rod right now. So I'm going to use the other energy that's in here to be able to do that. Oh, you know what I never did? I never put this here. And I never removed one of these guys from here because there's only 3 left. So now what I'm going to do is Lightning Rod. 2 dice, 1 guaranteed damage, and then I can deal 1 damage to an enemy card of my choice. I'm going to immediately do it here to the Tick-Tock Kick. I'm not going to spend an energy to activate this again, but instead I do another guarantee 1 damage, and then hopefully out of 2 dice I can just do 1 damage to kill that thing. Lightning Strike! Ah, perfect. That's all I needed was 1 in order to be able to defeat it. Thank you. Alright, so boom goes the dynamite right here. Tick-Tock Kick is gone. That is destroyed. That would be another one of you gone. And then another hit token here. I only have 2 more turns in order to be able to defeat these 2 enemies, so we'll see what happens. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and flip this down to take our first of our second 2 turns. And I'm going to go ahead and do a Tai Chi Strike right here. So now it's a 3 dice attack, and I would gain an energy for every dice... what is it? That does a miss result. So I'm going to go after Laser Raid for 3 dice. All right, 3 dice and 3 damage. Oh, cool. Sweet. I don't get any energy, but I don't really need the energy because of everybody. They all have the energy in reserve, and that's what I need in order to destroy the Laser Raid. Beautiful. Okay, so you're destroyed. Boom. Another Tronic is gone, and then we can move this here. I just need to defeat 1 more enemy, and we get another Zord. Put this on her discard pile. The top of her deck is now Dancer's Grace. I don't think I'm going to get it, so I'm just going to play Charging Strike here for Adam. I can either gain 1 hit token or spend any number of hit tokens to gain the amount of energy. I'm going to actually gain a hit token, so he's full on 3, because I have another Charging Strike in my hand, so I can use for a later time in order to gain like a ton of energy back. But otherwise that, I'm just going to do a 2 dice attack against Cyber Slash. It's actually our last turn, so depending on how this works, we'll determine if he is going... Wait, hold on 1 second. No, never mind. I thought maybe the Zeo Zord 2 would be able to help me, but it's just pulling cards from my discard pile and placing it on top of my deck, which I'm going to do at the end of this anyway, but I thought maybe I could do something to do 1 damage, but it doesn't matter. Which again, I could be missing something, and I'm sure you guys will let me know down in the comments below, but otherwise that, well, there you go. 1 damage. Didn't matter anyway. It just came in, did a quick punch on this thing, and that's pretty much the end of that. Alright, so this guy ends up surviving this round because I only did 1 damage, and that's the end of the round anyway. Let's go ahead and do the Zeo Zord 3. Exhaust this card to allow 2 different rangers to each choose 1 card from their discard pile and place it on top of their deck. Fire Cloud for Cat, and I'm going to put the Power Hatches on top for Adam. So they'll go on top of their decks. Okay, with that said and done, we are done here. We can go ahead and I'll clean all of this up, and we are actually ready to move on to round 3 and actually see our second monster that we will be encountering. Let's go back to the big board. Man, I really hate leaving 1 guy behind, but at the very least, it's only 1, 3, and 2. So that's not a lot of foot soldiers here on the board. So end of this round, let's go ahead and unexhaust all of our Zords. And then over here, we will go ahead and recharge all of our actions. So we have 6 actions going into the next round. I didn't have anything to recharge anybody. I'm going to need to do some recharging before we fight the boss there. Very, very good chance that on the next battle, we will gain a Zord from fighting it and then gain a Zord from defeating the monster. So that's the ultimate goal there. Speaking of which, I got all of my foot soldiers ready to go. Let's see where they hit the board. 1 Tronic to the Stone Canyon High, which that, my friends, does officially panic this particular area because there's 4 enemies here. Again, I can go here and defeat this and defeat all 4, unpanic the area in 1 shot, which is great. That actually will also earn me a Zord. Let's see where the monster lands. A lot of possibilities. Lots of possibilities here. 2 cogs to the Stone Canyon High, which of course we know cannot fit here, so they move to the next available spot clockwise, so they have now assembled here in the lab with us. Next, we have 1 cog in the Cyber Dimension. Here comes all of our singles. All of our singles. So long as the board isn't panicked when the boss shows up, we'll be all right. And number 4, the boss is underneath this one. That's fun. 2 Tronics to the research lab, which, if you didn't guess, is really bad because now that maxes out the number of figures in this spot and means that we have 2 places panicked. And when we draw the boss, he's going to go to one of these 2 spots, so we'll have 3 out of 4 places panicked. Yeah, that definitely means I'm going to have to do the Stone Canyon. All right, so 2 Tronics. He would have went to the Stone Canyon. Prince Gasket.
Now this is what I call a real pot.
What are you doing here, Gasket?
Such words wound me deeply, Thomas. We're just here to help our relationship grow. I hereby claim the Earth in the name of the Royal House of Gadgetry.
Here he is, the noble son of King Mondo and the rightful heir to the Machine Kingdom. Machine Empire, I'm sorry. He is a very fierce opponent, a great sword fighter, and I can't really remember too much more about him in terms of like other goals he had, but I know when he showed up kind of mid-season-ish, it was in, I think Mondo had left the season for some reason at that point, and he is trying to like finish what his father started and things along that ways. And of course with Princess Archerina, which is his wife, I'm gonna say it's his wife because, you know, they have the lovers whatever in their decks and whatnot, and they're just together pretty much all the time. So those 2 cause a lot of havoc for the Zeo Rangers, especially after they think they have won the day. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and put him into 2 Tronics, not at the Stone Canyon High. Instead of going here, they can't go here, they're going to go to the Cyber Dimension, which again isn't so bad. This may be something that I do first. I may use a movement to go here, a second movement to recharge, a third movement to fight, and then if I win, I'll actually gain a thing from him, which gives me more than enough to do another recharge and go over here and defeat these guys. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Fortunately, the lab got overrun. Nothing I can do about that. Nothing I'm going to do about that. That's how I feel like we're going to roll with this. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to, before I move over to the Cyber Dimension, I'm going to use one of my action tokens here in order to recharge Cat and Adam. They both need it right now. Trey only has 3 shields worth of cards in his discard pile, so he does not need it. He's more than fine. I'll definitely be using him a lot for this battle. But for right now, we'll recharge those 2. And with that, I got these 3 cards that I'm going to shuffle back into Adam's deck. Power Pod Sword, Cross Chop, and Charging Strike. And then 3 are right here are going back into Cat's. Fire Cloud, Tai Chi, which I love these cards. And then, of course, her Power Pod Sword, which hopefully I can get that to my hand soon. And with that, let's go ahead and do the flip for the move in order to be able to go down here and face off against Prince Gasket. And then immediately we will go ahead and flip this in order to start the battle, which is against him and only 3 foot soldiers. If I defeat one of these foot soldiers, we immediately gain a Zord, which is probably going to be extremely helpful for this fight. So let's zoom on in and face off. All right, battle starting. We're going to draw our opening hand first. I have Armored Blow, the Golden Power Staff, not done yet, and Charging Strike in my hand. And then on top of Cat's deck is a Fire Cloud. Again, I'd rather just leave that there in order to be able to, you know, use it for later. I'm going to draw from Adam. He's got his Power Hatchets. I'm gonna leave that. I'm going to leave that right now for him. And then I'm going to draw 1... a Lightning Rod, and 2, the Gold Rush from Trey. That's good. That is fantastic. Not a whole lot of energy production, but I have 2 cards, 2 Zords right now that also give me energy. So we will we'll see how this works. We'll also see what Prince Gasket is going to throw at us first. As I said before, this guy is master of the blade. So let's see exactly what sharp cards this guy has. Number 1, Disarming Slash. Fast. The ranger with most cards in their hand must place 1 random card from their hand on top of their deck, then deal 4 damage to that ranger. Wow, okay. It's not the worst, but that still kind of sucks. The next one we have Guard Passive Duelist Stance. Oh, Riposte. While this card is in play, each time a ranger deals damage to this card, they must discard the top card of their deck. I don't like that. That's not fun. Got another disarming slash right here, so that goes up front. And then we have on guard, fast guard. So I may be able to deal with those disarming slashes a little better. Simply put, deal 4 damage. Okay, cool. And we'll go down to the bottom. We'll do 2 Tronics and then the 1 Cog. Hopefully one of these guys has 2 health and I can just defeat it easy. No, oh, you do. Scattershot. Fast 2. Okay. 2 damage. Fast guard. That's cool. You stay right there. Please stay right there. Please stay right there. Laser raid. Guard. Drain 1 damage. All right. So these are all guarded together in a sense, but that's I'll have to deal with that later. Don't be fast. Don't be fast. Don't be fast. Shock Spear. Fine. Perfect. Excellent. I love it. Okay. Straight up. On guard goes first, so I'm going to be dealt 4 damage to a ranger. I think I'm going to actually have... I'm actually going to have Cat take it, as weird as this sounds, because I can do the 3 from the Fire Cloud, and then the Disc Throw takes the 2. Because I can always use Zeo Rangers 3 to put the Fire Cloud back on top, and right now Tai Chi Strike is on top based off of that, so that works. Before I continue on, I'm actually going to use the Zeo Zord 1 here. This enables me to gain 1 energy, which we're going to do right here, because the more energy we have, the better. And then each ranger can look at the top of their deck and either choose to draw that card or leave it on top. Tai Chi Strike is going to stay right here on top of Cat's deck. I'm going to probably play that next. For Adam is the Power Pod Sword. That's exactly what I was hoping for. That goes right on top. I shouldn't have looked at that. I'm sorry. Sorry, the point was just looking at the first one. So now, there you go. Shuffled together. Sorry about that. I got too excited with looking at cards. Inspirational Presence. It's only 1 shield. I'm going to draw it. I'm going to draw it and leave it at that. Energy gain time. Let's do this. Inspirational Presence. Let's go ahead and gain an energy from that. We'll go ahead and use Tai Chi Strike, which is 2 dice attack. And then I can gain an energy for every miss because I played it from the top. I'm adding a dice to the attack, but then I'm going to also use the energy that Tai Chi Strike would have... Oh, no, I didn't gain anything yet. I'm going to use the strike that Inspirational Presence played in order to do the Power Pod Sword. So this is a 4 dice attack that I can spread among any number of targets. I'm targeting on guard, and maybe I can spread it down the scatter shot as 2. That's the goal. So it's 4 dice. Any circles, misses I roll will gain me energy back. Otherwise that, I can spread the damage around between the guard cards that are connected to each other. And that's everybody playing a card this turn. Amazing. All right, team, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, okay. But I also gained 2 energy here, which is awesome because of those 2 misses. So I have 4 that I can work with and then 2 energy that go right to the pool. All right, so straight up, we got 2 energy going back in here, which is great. And then what I am going to do is I'm going to do the 2 shots here. Boom, boom. And then I'm going to put this here. So one of these Tronics is gone, which is great. And trust me, gaining a Zord and adding it to the fight right here could actually make or break this totally. So now we're going to move up to level 4 right here. And we have found Pyramidas. Exhaust this card when any invader reveals a card for defense. Add 1 shield to that card, gain 1 energy, and deal a damage to an enemy card of your choice. Okay. All right, so all of this goes to the discard pile. Everybody played a card, so nobody gets to go ahead and draw anything. But I get to look at the Cat's top card, which is Dancer's Grace. Not really a great fan of that one. I would rather have that in my hand, but at least it draws a card. Ranger with the most cards in their hand shuffles... what is that? Places 1 random card from their hand on top of the deck and deal 4 damage to that ranger. That would be Trey. I have 4 cards right here. So we got in, what is it? Adam only has 3 in my hand. So we shuffle those. This goes back on top of his deck. Gold Rush. Dang it. But that's 1 because that would be revealed for defense. And then we have 1, 2, 3 Golden Guard. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Zeo Zord red here. Zeo Zord 5, gain an energy. That ranger may return that card from the top to the top of their deck. So we activate that, and this stays right here, and Trey is all good to go. And we gain another energy. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. We gain the energy. There's still a lot of guard cards around here, which is really, really annoying. What I'm going to do is we're going to start using some of this energy and seeing what we can do. I am first going to play the Golden Power Staff. So that's going to be 3 energy. That is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice attack. And then I can resolve the King ability on any one card in my discard pile. So I'm going to roll first, and then I'm going to do this power. But first I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3 energy and hope for a nice big roll. I am going after Duelist Stance right here because it's the only other guard card I have. I could destroy this, but I have another plan for that. All right, 6 dice. I only need to do 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man, I wish I had something to be able to spread it, but at the very least, I'm able to destroy the Duelist Stance, as you would expect the Gold Ranger to be able to do, because he is absolutely monstrous and a beast. Okay, so we know this is destroyed. I then can resolve a King ability from my discard pile, and I am going to choose... And I'm going to choose Lightning Rod. So I get to deal 1 damage to an enemy card of my choice. I'm going to deal it to On Guard right here. So now that has 3 out of the 4 damage on it. All these go back into the discard pile. The next Disarming Slash goes. And this time it is Adam. I have 3 cards of his in my hand. We're going to shuffle those up like so. And then this is the one that's going to go on top of his deck, and it's going to be dealt 4 damage. So we're going to flip this over. Charging Strike. Oh no, what's going to happen? Here comes Pyramidas to the rescue. Activating Pyramidas adds 1 shield to this card, making it a 4 shield card, meaning I don't have to draw any more. Gaining 1 energy, because why not gain more energy? And then, most importantly, deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice, meaning that On Guard is no more. So now I just have to get past this 1 guard down here for a laser raid to be able to destroy these 2 Prince Gasket cards. Ah, that's fantastic. Very good. Thank you, Pyramidas. And this goes to the discard pile. And after playing Trey's card, I get to draw a card from a Ranger's deck. So I'm going to take Dancer's Grace into my hand, revealing the top card of Cats, which is Fire Cloud. Beautiful. All right, why don't we just go ahead and just keep up the good work here. We're going to play the Power Hatchets. So I am going to spend all 3 energy right here. We're going to toss those up there, and then we're going to spend any number of hit tokens to reroll any number of dice. So it's a 4 dice attack, and I am going up against that Disarming Slash because it's the only one that's not guarded by an enemy card. Okay, here we go. 4 dice, doing 3 damage. Okay. All right, okay. 4 dice, 3 damage. I do have something in my hand that I can work around that, so that's fine. You know what? No. I'm going to spend 2 hit tokens. What am I talking about? Spend 2 hit tokens to re-roll these. Really? Okay. You may spend any number of hit tokens to re-roll an equal number of dice. Yeah, it's only 1 re-roll. So only 1 re-roll, and I missed twice with the second hatchet. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and then I would have spent 2 hit tokens, but then Power Hatchet gives me 3 hit tokens back, so he is now back to his full 3 hit tokens. That goes here. This activates, and now we go again. Trey doesn't have much left in his deck, but I am going to draw from him the Golden Guard just in case. And now Trey's going to go. He's going to play the Lightning Rod, so he'll use his energy on his to do 1 damage, and then 2 dice worth of stuff, and then do a 1 damage to an enemy card of my choice. Gee, I wonder where that's going to go, so that's going to be gone, but he is going to focus on the laser raid right here, because if I destroy this, then I can start going after Disarming Guard and finally finish up destroying this monster. What do I say? 2 dice, 2 damage? 2 dice, 2 damage, law of average, or we could just use Trey's power of 3 and knock it out completely. Fantastic. Beautiful. So with that said and done, I can remove all of these hit tokens here to destroy this card from Gasket. So all I need to do is worry about that. And then I've done more than enough damage on this dude right here to destroy him. So that's gone. Thus adding 1 here. We had so much energy and now we're lacking our energy. But that's okay. That's okay. We got plenty of time in order to be able to recharge and everything to gain back that energy and all kinds of good stuff. Plus we're working our way towards, at this point, the Megazord. Okay, discard pile. This goes here. I'm actually going to draw the Fire Cloud into my hand because I don't need to use its spreading ability to do anything. And now the top card of Cat's deck is my favorite card ever, the Disc Throw. Awesome. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3 moves in order to be able to defeat this 1 card. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? All right, first thing I'm going to do, it sounds weird or whatever, but I'm going to have Kat use her disc throw for the first throw, boom, to try to hit the shock spear for 2 damage. Because if I can kill that, then I'd like to be able to get that out of here, which she does, which is fantastic. Good job, Kat. Okay, so by her doing that, this now goes back to the top of her deck. This is destroyed. You are gone, and I'm going to draw from Adam. He doesn't have many cards in his hand. Oh, I was hoping for the Power Pod Sword. Before I forget, because I know I may, I just want to put this here so I don't have to worry about not counting my experience. All right, here we go. 2 turns left. What do I got that's going to do a lot of damage for not a lot of energy, because I think I don't have much left. All right, so I'm going to spend 1 of Adam's energy to do Cross Chop. It's a 3-dice attack. After you play this card, you can spend 1 hit token to place this card on top of your deck instead of discarding it. I'm actually going to do that. But first, let me do the 3 dice. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Actually, that's exactly what it is. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3 here, and I am going to spend, like I said, 1 of his hit tokens to put this on top of his deck instead of sending it to his discard pile. We're going to do this, and then we're just going to do a disc throw. I'm going to do the final disc throw, 2 dice, and then 1 damage. That's all I'm looking for. And throw! Oh, it nicked him in the side and was able to actually disarm him completely, disarming the disarming slash and winning it for us. Fantastic. And not for nothing, I just want to point out again, that's going to go back to the top of her deck after she does the 1 damage here and you go, bah! We have once again cleared the board. I was a little, I know that the Zeo Rangers don't have very many dice abilities, but the amount of damage that they can output through the special abilities in their cards and everything is fantastic. Look at this. We are just wiping things clean, and it is glorious.
I have a few things I'd like to discuss with you, Gasket. I'd love to stay and catch up with you, Father, but I just remembered. Archerina and I have to be somewhere else. Forever. Bye-bye.